Hey, it worked. Welcome, beautiful seekers, seers, shifters. Thank you for joining me to the existential shift. My name is Morgainne, in case you're new. Hello. So we're going to do 3 tarot readings, 3 tarot spreads. One for seekers, one for seers, one for shifters. You place yourself where you see yourself. If you're not sure, you're welcome to watch all 3 and see what you resonate with. Or just listen to your intuition. If you feel inclined to timestamp the reading, that would be fantastic. And thank you so much in advance. Just a great shout out to my channel members who support my work monetarily and allow me to do what I do. So thank you, channel members. What else? What else? What else? I think we can just go straight into it. Oh, at the end of the tarot spreads, after we'll do the readings, I will answer any of your questions, any spiritual Q&A, not like when will he call me, not the stereotypical questions for the tarot, but more spiritual evolution, like questions that can be helpful for other viewers as well. I recognize that it seems like the light is very dark. I'm not sure. In case you heard that, that was the charger falling. Let me think how I can give you guys better light. Or maybe just watch me in the dark. Oh, if you would like a personal session, an existential shift session, you can book a reading. Link is below and also in the chat in one of the comments that I posted. We will be doing a Dharma reading, meaning your spiritual progression or spiritual breakthrough potential out of a karmic cycle, out of your own habitual, energetic, or spiritual stagnation. And we'll just see what the cards and spirit have in store for you. Let me just plug the charger and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Okay. All right. Oh, the lighting seems a little bit better, the light. That's good. Okay. All right. What is going on? Oh, now it's like if I'm just going to have to come to terms with it being a little dark. Maybe if I turn that one off. So sorry, guys. I actually started trying to go live outside in the porch because it's beautiful there and lovely, but the internet didn't reach there very well. So, and over there I prepped everything, but here not so much so it's okay. All right. What I'm going to do is first I'm going to shuffle the deck to clear out the former readings, spreads, energies that are in it. So take a deep breath with me. Enjoy the process. It feels more organic. Of course, if you're watching this as a recording and you prefer to fast forward, that's okay too. But in readings, sometimes, especially what I learned in timeless readings, the energy that you put into a spread, even if it's way after I recorded it, gets included in the recording because time is not linear with energy. It's not even circular. It's more like a rotating hose. So there's seemingly past and then future, but it's also like as if you were to look at it like this and it's all simultaneous. That's the best example I can give for time not being linear and being linear at the same time. I think I have a 13th element episode on that one. If I recall which one, I'll put it at the end screen. Okay. Or here in the info little thingy. So basically, if you interact organically with the with this broadcast, instead of fast forwarding, and take a deep breath and focus your energy on the shuffling, it could create a deeper, better resonance for you with the readings. Just a friendly FYI. So I'm still clearing it out from former energies. Okay. Now you can start, whether you're watching this live or as a recording, you can start focusing your energy on the shuffling. Don't be abrasive about it. Don't be overly domineering. Don't try to force it to be just for you. Just feel yourself while gazing at the shuffling, and take deep breaths, and then Spirit will do the rest. Okay. Now let's focus on seekers. Any signs? Let's say you're a seeker in the spiritual realm and in life, and maybe you consider yourself a little bit more on the beginner side, although keep in mind, beginner's mind is the best way to become and stay a master. All right, so even if you're not a beginner, even if you've been doing this and searching for a long time, and even if you have many answers, you can still relate to being a seeker always. But especially if you find yourself to be actually a beginner, and if you need friendly reminders or humility, then this will be for you. Seekers, your current Dharma, your current spiritual breakthrough, your current potential for shift and liberation from karma. For my seekers. I have 9 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, and 3 of Cups. Seekers. Now I'm taking the more evolutionary, spiritual, and energetic interpretation of the cards, less so the mundane surface level or daily. So something to do with heritage, either family or religion, or ideology or culture. There's a lineage of some sort that you feel that you're a part of, but you also feel a little bit on the sidelines, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out kind of thing. In certain aspects, you are accepted, and in certain aspects you're not. In certain aspects you accept, in certain aspects you don't. You feel it's like a dissonance of, on one hand there's flow and joy and good relationships and connection to people in that, let's say, community or lineage or family, but on the other hand you always feel like you're a second from having the other shoe dropping, or from someone doing something, or from things suddenly breaking down, not working out. There's a level of anxiety, in certain cases paranoia. I feel like it could be a lineage that you've been injured by before, either in this life or in a past life. So it could be a karma that that you feel like you're going through again. Just a friendly spiritual FYI. Karma is not always as simplistic as you did something in the past to someone and now the same thing is being done to you. Karma is also a repetition of injury, of trauma. So say these people had done, or this lineage that you were part of has injured you in the past in some way. This time around, they might be doing a very similar thing that is based in the same core, but just more subtle or less extreme. So it's not that they're receiving back what you have done to them as much as they're repeating what they've done. Or you are repeating what you've done, right? Now, if they're repeating what they've done, this is an opportunity for you to respond differently than the way you responded before. So if back then you didn't stand up for yourself, you didn't speak up, you didn't resist, now it's the soul wants to, or the spirit wants to um, recalibrate that imbalance and have you stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself. Um, or it could be the other way around. If back then you fought tooth and nail and created a lot of, and there was this very disastrous two-way kind of negative conflict, maybe now you're guided to learn to be more, to let go, to let be, and to move on, right? Now, which one is it? It's your intuition. It's up to your intuition to determine. Because it can go either way. It really depends. What do you feel like? So think, what is your challenge in this life? If your challenge is to stand up and speak for yourself, then what you're guided to do is to stand up and speak for yourself. If your challenge is to let go and let things slide and choose the more submissive path, then this is what you're called to do in this situation, right? So you can think in relation to your general life experience and apply it to this. Show me more about this story, please, for my seekers. The Tower. This situation is going to have a very meaningful breakthrough very soon with something dramatic happening. So there's going to be a reckoning, judgment right after. It's going to be dramatic. There's going to be a reckoning. It's going to be loud. But you will gain moksha, liberation. You will have that breakthrough. Your spirit will do what it set out to do in this situation. And the wheel of karma in this case will not just stop, it will break. And you will ascend from that cycle and won't have to repeat that or have that be repeated to you or for you. Okay. Let's see, is there anything else? Any other Three of Wands that came out right underneath the Three of Cups. So there's a really positive trajectory to this. You're paving your own path, your own way. You are about to step out of the cycle. For those of you that this resonate with, that this applies to, it's almost like you've always had to be a part of something community oriented or bigger than you, like a societal, in order to learn these lessons or this knowledge or go through spiritual evolution. Maybe you had to be like, always had to be a part of a religion, right? Or part of an ideology that plays in a specific society. But it's like now you're just kind of paving your own spiritual path. You've outgrown that cycle or that need, and you are able to reflect the study and the learning to yourself, from yourself, and from your own individual journeys. You don't need that type of lineage or type of group or type of family to reflect these lessons to you. You needed that for a while, but now it's like it's really changing and breaks down in a very clear way. Now, for some of you, it's not going to be dramatic. For some of you, it's just going to be an inside reckoning that you experience inwardly and reach your conclusions, and then you set off and you move on. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a dramatic, uncomfortable, conflict-oriented event, right? Anything else about this for seekers? Wow. Interesting. Okay, first I just saw the Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups, and then the Five of Swords sneaked up on us. Okay. First of all, the two aces, Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. This is an eureka, a very profound realization, a breakthrough from in the mind, an understanding, a deep understanding, but it's an understanding that runs deep emotionally to the heart and to the psyche and to the both physical and energetic digestive system. Like it's an understanding that doesn't remain. It's not. It starts in the mind, but it trickles to your entire system, and it becomes more than just knowledge. It becomes understanding, like the difference between chokhmah and bina in the Kabbalistic tree of life. We have keter, chokhmah, bina. So chokhmah would be the more masculine, cognitive, intellectual realization, and then bina would be the feminine, where it gets submerged and really merged in your system. It's like you don't need to think or plan or analyze. You just automatically, intuitively know. You will apply it from here on naturally, organically, intuitively, instinctually, without having to think it. That's incredible. And then you have the Five of Swords. And it's like, really? Okay. You can't please everybody. You can't get a win-win situation out of this. Some people will be unhappy with your decision, with your breaking out, with your moksha, with your liberation, and they will make it about themselves, and they will use mental information or knowledge in order to sway you, right? And they know you well enough to know, I mean, they know you well enough, right? To know which mental buttons to press, the things to say to get you thinking. But it doesn't work anymore on you. And the thing is, it's like it's already too powerful where your mind has evolved to. And things that used to work on you no longer have such a stronghold. So you're going to have someone or someone's, more likely a group of people, not very pleased with your newfound direction. That is very clear. It's like you believe in it, you feel it, it lines up with your heart, it lines up with your mind. This is a very powerful breakthrough. Very, very powerful breakthrough. Okay, so seekers, this is awesome. If you feel inclined to come back and update us about what this is, what this is, please feel free to do so. All right, the next we have Seers. I see that you guys are in the chat. Feel free to say hello to me. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Love to know. Seers, you're in a place where you're also a seeker, because we are all always also seekers, but now you have the sight. You don't just look at things, you see into things. Beneath the surface, beneath the facade, beneath the flattery, beneath the wishful thinking. You're able to see energetically a few steps ahead, but also a few steps back, like what has led the person to say what they say, do what they do. You understand the source of it, right? So you're not as easily influenced by surface level behavior. And you can also see where it's leading towards. Seers. What is your current Dharma from whenever you're watching this? Spiritual breakthrough, karmic shift and liberation. Take a deep breath. Focus as I shuffle. If anyone has a question, feel free to put it in the chat. I'll answer right after I'm done. CJL, hello Morgainne from NY State. First time I have caught you live. Oh, that's amazing. Yay, congratulations. Happy to have you. Thank you for joining. That's awesome. Everybody, please be sure to give this video the like. If you're here, you may as well enjoy being here. And if you don't like it, why are you here? I see six. No, I see a few people in the chat, but only one like so far. So don't stay where you don't like being. Just everywhere. This applies to everywhere. Don't stay where you don't like being. If you like being here, show me that you like it. Press that like button. Thank you. Okay. Back to Seers. Thank you, thank you. Yes, with coercion. It's, at least I only coerce you to like. Like some spiritual teachers coerce you to completely give up on your values and beliefs, the things that got you to them in the first place, the things that they lured you with in the first place. Come here. Here we don't gossip and we respect people's people's dharma and you know, whatever, inner wisdom. And then they gossip about you and spy on you. It's like people, when they fall under the delusion of power, that's where they start behaving like a cult instead of like a spiritual resource, you know? So notice. Notice. You're a seer. That's what you do. You notice. In between the lines. When you are a seer, what isn't said is the loudest, and what isn't shown is the most clear. That's what happens when you go seer. It's unpleasant, just so you'll know. It's one of the most challenging parts of the journey. It's where a lot of bubbles blow up. It's where a lot of illusions break, and it's painful. It's very, very painful. It hurts the ego. It hurts the heart. Becoming a seer and practicing sight, very painful part of the spiritual journey of the existential shifter. And I'd like to focus the spread and the readings on the people who are reciprocating and respectful and support the channel. Not just monetarily, comments, with love, with likes, people who give back, because you guys tend to be the least acknowledged, but you deserve to be most acknowledged. So I'd like to have the spread focus on them and seekers who reciprocate. Seers who reciprocate. It's a long shuffle, I know. It's an interesting. Whenever there's a really long shuffle, I can tell it's going to be a very interesting reading. It's like picking up on specific energies to read for. Okay, there we go. Thank you. Perfect. Wow, Seers. That's incredible. So, Queen of Pentacles and Three of Pentacles. And then the Wheel of Fortune and 10 of Cups. Wow. Seers, you have been very authentic and genuine with whatever it is you've been constructing, building, creating, working on. You've been establishing based on that a very good environment, a really great friendships and or team and or community, like-minded people who collaborate really well together. Some of you might even be renovating your home, making it into a temple, a sacred space for those who will inhabit it. Maybe you're creating it in order to make room for, because you want to manifest a family, a romance, a partnership, and you're creating the space for them to come through and be there. So let's say you're single and you want a partnership, right? So it's like you're prepping your apartment to fit two. Like you're making room in your closet. You're clearing out a couple of shelves. You're making it more cozy for two, and the little things. That is a brilliant form of manifestation, like creating the space for the thing that you want to welcome in. And then energetically, it feels inclined to arrive to that place. So it doesn't have that was just an example. It can apply to anything in your life. I feel like you are currently, those of you who watch this are in a very advanced spiritual place because you understand that spirituality is in the day-to-day material actions and experiences, where moving an object can move the energy, and changing the way you speak can completely alter your life. And paying attention to cleaning your home, cooking for yourself good nutrition, dressing in a way that represents you, right? That is a creative expression of who you like to celebrate yourself as, creating a schedule that helps manifest the life that you want. All these things are extremely spiritual. They're not just organizational. They're not mundane. I mean, they are, but they are as part of the spiritual practice. We can't just, those who reject the day-to-day world of matter and everything that it includes in the name of spirituality will never reach spirituality. It's like trying to climb a tree that has no roots. It will collapse. Right? It's like expecting a tree to grow branches that reach the heavens without strong roots that are grounded in the earth. And the same applies for spiritual progress. You want to make sure your earthly, practical, material endeavors in life is honored, worked on properly, improved. And then you have a trunk that is stable enough to grow, that will grow branches that are stable enough to the heavens that you could, you have both. You have the fertile soil and the magical spiritual rainbow. Right? You have the universe kind of recognizing that you're speaking its language. So it replies. If everything is a part of God and God is one, and we're all just fragmentations of God or the cosmic Buddha, then our biology is divine. Our day-to-day needs and wants are divine. They're a part of it. And by suppressing those or denying those, we're suppressing the Buddha. the cosmic Buddha. We're suppressing God. We're suppressing oneness, or denying it, or not really able to reach it, because how are you going to complete a puzzle and enjoy the full picture of it if you throw away the pieces of it or crinkle them because, oh, you shouldn't be too straight and looking the way you want to look, or too healthy, or too in your own unique shape. We got to smash you into a paste that looks like everything else, and there's no puzzle, there's no picture. And you either understand that and are practicing it, and this is a confirmation that it's really working well, and you're going to reap really wonderful results and harvest the fruit of your labor, of your energy, good energy work and spiritual work, which is mundane work, or it's guiding you to do so. It's giving you the advice. SJL, thank you. Confirmation of lucid dream this morning of cherry blossoms. Oh, that's very cool. I love cherry blossoms. They're amazing. Okay. Awesome. Seers, that was a great reading. Thank you. Next, we have shifters. Shifter is a seeker and a seer. But now that you sought, and now that you saw, now you can shift. I mean, you can accept and take as is if it's great, or you can shift. But for that, you need life force, energy. Because then the universe will mirror that to you. The universe mirror yourself back to you. And it's not just what you do, it's how you treat yourself and how you view yourself. So if you belittle yourself and don't think highly of yourself, you'll manifest people who belittle you and don't think highly of you. Relationships like that, right? So, reading for shifters, current Dharma, spiritual breakthrough, the karmic shift and liberation, moksha. Message for shifters, please. Yeah, pretty much if you are truly a shifter, I recommend watching Seeker and Seer as well, because all shifters are also seekers and seers. If you find yourself to be a seer, then watch also Seeker, because a seer is always also a seeker. Yeah, so if you only conceive yourself as a seeker, just watch that. If that's what you want. If a seer, then watch. Either way, all of you watch the seeker one. Okay. Sorry, I feel like I want to. There's some stuck energy. I want to free. Be right with you guys. There we go. Okay. Shifters. Okay. And more to start with. 2 more. Okay. We have 3 of Swords and the Magician, followed by 4 of Pentacles in Judgment. Okay. So notice we have 3, 1, 4, 2. So it's 3, 4, and then 1, 2. Right? The Magician is 1. Judgment is 20. That sums to 2. Progression, regression, progression, progression. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself. It's not clear. Don't worry. There is something, shifters, that you're manifesting and creating, but you're still carrying emotionally and psychologically, something to do with that topic that is very, very painful and hurtful and stuck. There's some pain stuck within your system, either directly to do with what it is you're trying to create or liberate yourself from, um, or not to do with it, but it's still taking space and doesn't allow it, right? So let's say you have a vase and you want to fill it up with water, even if it's not full of dirty water, if it's filled with rocks, you still can't properly fill it with clean water. So something is in there in the system, directly or indirectly to do, and it needs to be released. Like when we throw a rock into the lake, first it causes, you know, what's the word? The circles that it creates around it. Let's say waves, right? You can see it. You can see the effect that it had on the water. But then slowly the water relax and go back to themselves, and it looks like nothing happened, and you wouldn't know that there's a rock in there. But just because the water became calm, the rock is still there. You throw rock after rock after rock after rock, eventually it will get piled up. And the way to clear out the space or to truly heal the situation in the system is to dive deep and actually take out the rock. Now, it might create even more chaos and mayhem and waves in the water because now it's not just a rock that is thrown there. It's you yourself as a scuba diver going in and, swimming and searching and picking it up and swimming up and taking it out. So you can have the perception of, in order to heal something or fix something, it's going to just create more mess, or it's just going to be more painful. But it's a temporary situation that has to be done in order to gain long-lasting, true healing or true clearance or an opening of the path. And then you won't have to constantly deal with the perception of calmness while something is there taking space and room and create sabotage. So there's something you need to do the work, the emotional, psychological work to clear out and to heal. You need to go back a few steps. I'm picking up that some of you just jumped straight to the shifter in a timestamp because you view yourself as like higher than a seeker or a seer. But this shows that you need to go back to the basics, to the foundations, watch seeker and seer, but also relatively to where you're at now, you need to go back to the foundations. We can't really grow branches and healthy fruit if the roots are sick and I don't know, have pests attacking them and they're not watered, right? So you want to go back, you want to go into your psyche, into your stomach, into your guts, into your trauma, into your childhood stuff, into your relationship with your ex, and just resolve it with yourself and process it. Otherwise, every time you'll try to manifest and create and skip above it, you'll fall back, or you won't feel very happy and fulfilled, even if you'll seemingly get what it is that you wanted. So you have the skill and life force to create and to ascend, but there's a few rocks in your lake that keep bringing you down, or the roots are ill and they need help and attention. So put this on hold a little bit. This is a part of the spiritual work. This is a part of manifestation. This is a part of being a shapeshifter, an existential shifter, whatever. This is the true spiritual work. If you'll watch Seeker, it will give an elaboration. Okay? Fantastic. Wow. That was fun. Okay. And I like that it didn't go too long. Sometimes the all signs, I need to have a lot of energy to do that. But this is easier because it's 3 readings. It allows me to do it more often potentially. Does anybody have a question, a spiritual question? You can either ask it in the chat or in the Q&A that I opened here in the chat, wherever you want to put it. If not, all good. But if you do, this is a great opportunity to ask me anything, really. In the meantime, I'll remind you that if you want to have a personal existential shift session, where I really dive deep into your to what's going on there, you can book one. Just go to the existentialshift.as.me. There's a link in the description box and also in the chat. And we'll give it about a minute. And if no questions come up, then we'll just say loving goodbyes and part way for now. What to do if rock is from Sumerian times? You're going to have to explain that question. You're going to have to be more clear. It sounds a little bit purposefully riddly or insinuative, and I'm not sure what the riddle is or the insinuation is. So just speak plainly. I mean, it doesn't matter what time it's from. You can still dive and pick it up and take it out. If it's from yesterday or from 100 years ago, and if it's, blocked with seaweed, then you're going to have to clear the seaweed. It might require more work if that's what you're asking. If something is like, but I feel like you say something, you say Sumerian on purpose. And because I'm Jewish, I'm wondering if you're inclining something. Anunnaki. Okay, so that stone is the Anunnakis? Like, just ask plainly. Just clarify your question. I don't answer a question with a question. I don't answer a riddle with an answer. I answer a clear question with an answer. What about the Anunnakis? What is that rock? Be clear. How it relates to you. I'm going to give you one more chance to properly ask your question. And this is part of me teaching you, by the way. It's not spiritually advanced to be a smartass. Even if it's in the spiritual realm. For anyone who isn't familiar, just point of reference, the Anunnakis are said to be, and I think I understand why he wrote Sumerian. It implies to Judaism, and the Anunnakis are said to be the ones who the Jewish people consider the God, right? That it's the Anunnakis that allegedly spoke to Moses on Mount Sinai, and it's the Anunnakis that gave the Ten Commandments, but a portion of the Anunnakis. There were more ancient Anunnakis before that created humanity as a slave race. It's a whole rabbit hole topic. So that's why I'm insisting on you being clear with your question. Yes, seriously, I'm not trying to be a smartass. I don't understand your question, darling. So I don't know what seriously you're asking. Explain your question. Patronize me like I'm a toddler, okay? What is your question? In case you're like, oh, she's impatient. Yeah, I'm not into the bullshit love and light facade. What you call it, performative behavior. I'm just gonna wait here patiently until you explain this. No, just can you be more clear? It's annoying. It's disrespectful. Okay, I said I'm going to give a third chance and it wasn't clear. I have asked questions of the beings that appeared to me. Okay, you're very cool. You speak to the Anunnakis. I don't understand your question because it's above my pay grade. Thank you for showing us. Uh, so to everyone, smartass or not smartass, pretentious or not pretentious, um, I love you all, believe it or not, even when you're annoying. Especially when you're not annoying. Especially when you're not annoying. But even when. Thank you, seekers, seers, and shifters for tuning in. Stay magic, stay true, stay free, stay humble and respectful. I love you. Bye for now.